Hello, people. It's time for Claude Sports Corner's NFL picks. And this is the final one for the regular season, week 17 of 2019. In fact, obviously, this is the final weekend day of 2019. And for all those, and just in case I'm not on for the next few days, I want to wish everybody a very happy and prosperous new year. To the YouTube family, of course, my subscribers, as well as my family and friends. And now we're going to start with the picks. I've had a very good season. In fact, as of this filming, my winning percentage is 529. I've won 120 and lost 85, one tie. I tell you what, I've done better than more than half the coaches in the NFL this season. Maybe they should be trying to get in contact with me, or hey, they should PayPal me, or send me a Cash App. I'm just saying. It doesn't hurt, ladies and gentlemen. And again, if you do decide to do that, I definitely appreciate it. No amount is too small. I mean, listen, if it's $1, I'm happy. Trust me. The fact that you guys take the time out to do it, I am grateful for that, because I know that money could go anywhere else in the world. And if you guys do decide to do that, I would greatly appreciate it. But let me stop and start with these NFL picks. I don't want to sound like I'm begging for money. All right, but let's start out with the first game on the docket, where the Green Bay Packers take on the Detroit Lions. Detroit has had a very disappointing season, and it obviously took place because of the injury of Matthew Stafford. The young man at quarterback, he's just overwhelmed. I mean, Detroit will keep it close at home. I'm pretty sure the Packers are going to rest Aaron Rodgers and a few guys, but I'm still going to pick the Packers 27-20 over Detroit. The next game, the Jets are taking on the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is going to rest a lot of guys. They're already locked in at the 5th seed. The Jets have already mailed it in for the season. They got their win at Pittsburgh. Now, I do believe the Jets will finish strong. They had a very weird season, the Jets. I don't believe they're as bad as people make them out to be. I think the coach is a joke. If the Jets actually get a good head football coach in there, I'm afraid that they're going to keep Adam Gase and they're going to keep spinning. But I do believe if they had Todd Bowles this season instead of Adam Gase, I believe the Jets would have made the playoffs and not the Buffalo Bills. But I will pick the Jets 24-20 over the Bills. Next up, the Chicago Bears finish up their disappointing season against the Vikings. I love the Vikings here. They want to finish strong. The Vikings, they do believe they have an outside shot of making this Super Bowl run. I would believe that if anybody but Kirk Cousins was their quarterback. I can't, but I do believe they have more than enough to defeat the Bears, who really disappointed this season. And a lot of people are going to look at that quarterback, obviously, and I think a lot of eyes should go to that head coach, because they had guys in place, but that coach lost a few games as well as Trubisky did. I like the Vikings 27-13 over the Bears. Next up, the Chargers go up against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chargers, very disappointing this season. This is probably Phillip Rivers' last hurrah there. Kansas City, obviously, is going to be one of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC, if not the favorite. I like the Chiefs. It's going to be a close game. I believe we'll probably only see maybe, if at most, a half for Pat Mahomes. You don't want to get this man injured. He's had a bulky knee. You don't want to take a chance with him. In fact, I wouldn't play him myself. I'm going Chiefs 28, Chargers 24. They have more than enough. The Chargers have already spit the bit. Next up, two sorry teams in the Battle of Ohio, the Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals have already locked up the number 1 pick, which will more than likely be that LSU quarterback Burrow. They need him. We already know how bad Andy Dalton's been throughout his career. He's still better than Baker Mayfield. I will say that. Baker Mayfield is an absolute joke. The Browns are still a joke. That coach should go. Wouldn't be surprised if Beckham's gone. I'd try and package Mayfield myself and get the number one pick. Browns are going to lose this game to the Bengals 24-13. The Saints take on the Panthers. I don't care who's quarterbacking for the Saints. They're going to win this game. The Panthers, the wheels fell off really fast, especially after they fired their coach. I like the Saints here, 34-17 over the Panthers. Next up, the Falcons go down to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. Jameis Winston, the interception king, but Tampa Bay has a chance to go 9-7. I believe they will do that. Atlanta, I'm shocked they bought the GM and the coach back for next season. That's a joke. I wouldn't have did it. Both of those guys should walk the plank, but they won't. And conversely, they're going to lose today. They might as well stink it up one more time. I like Tampa Bay 37-31 over the Atlanta Falcons. Next up, the Colts take on the Jaguars. Two teams that'll be watching the playoffs. Jags are going to fire their coach. The Colts had a lot of injuries, so I'm pretty sure that coach will get a pass. I like the Colts to finish up strong, 23-20 over the Jaguars. Next up, the Eagles take on the New York Giants. All the Eagles need to do is win, and they win the division, but they are the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to find a way to screw this up. And plus, this is obviously Eli Manning's final game with the Giants, more than likely. They're not going to retain him. Daniel Jones has done an outstanding job. And see, the Giants, when they should be losing games, they're winning games. The Giants are going to go further away from the Chase Young sweepstakes with this win today. And I do believe that they will knock the Eagles out. I like the Giants here, 27-24 over the Eagles. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals take on the Rams in LA. Despite everything, I do believe the Rams will win. You could make the case that the Rams are the most disappointing team. Going out to get Jalen Ramsey, they really laid an egg in this season. Jared Goff, Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is him and Le'Veon Bell have underachieved so much. I don't think we're going to see the best Todd Gurley ever again. I think we've seen the best of him 2 years ago, the first half of 2 years ago. I don't think he will ever be the same. That's just my opinion. I don't trust Jared Goff as far as I can throw him, but I do believe they have more than enough to defeat the Cardinals. I don't think Kyler Murray will play. He shouldn't play. I wouldn't take a chance on my future franchise quarterback. Rams 24, Arizona 13. Next up, my Pittsburgh Steelers go into Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens will start RG3. And, of course, the Steelers are starting Duck Hodges. Gee, which one am I going to pick? And as a Steeler fan, I know good and well the Steelers are not winning this football game. It's going to be embarrassing. Steelers season will end today, 24-13. I take the Ravens as much as it hurts me. Maybe it'll be reverse psychology and the Steelers will win. I doubt it. Next up, the Tennessee Titans will go into the Houston Texans home. I don't know how much Deshaun Watson's going to play. We know he's injury prone. Ryan Tannehill, listen, if they win, they make the playoffs. Guess what? They're going to lose. I like the Texans here, 28-23 over the Titans. Next up, the Raiders go into Denver. That's a classic matchup. Denver, I tell you, they got smoked. Man, I tell you. At quarterback, actually, though, is not too bad. And I like what the Broncos are doing. But the Raiders, they improved from last year. I have to give them credit. I'm going to go Raiders 27, Denver 24. Now, that Denver coach is on thin ice, too. But I do believe he'll get another reprieve. The Redskins go into Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I would love to I'm going to root for the Redskins. I would love to tell you the Redskins are going to win. Dallas is going to win that division just by default. And they are more talented, and they do play better at home. I expect them to run it up 34-17 over the Redskins. And the final game of the season, the regular season, The 49ers go into Seattle. I trust Russell Wilson much more than Jimmy Garoppolo. They know they have a chance to win that division at home. Seahawks 27, 49ers 24. And those are my final NFL picks for this regular season. Tune in next week for my NFL playoff picks. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. My name is Claude White. Take care, and God bless.